12a now. Given that sine y equals 8 over 17, so sine y equals 8 over 17, the question says we should find the value of tan y over 1 plus 2 tan y. Now we need to get an expression for tan y. Now I'm going to draw a triangle from this question. Now this is my y, means that the angle is y. If you remember from your SOHCAHTOA, S means sine, is actually sine, but we'll do sin. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Then cos, which is cosine. C represents cosine. Adjacent over hypotenuse. So I have adjacent over the hypotenuse, and then the tan, which is TOA, opposite over adjacent. So you need to know that. Now I want to get an expression for tan y. So this is opposite. Opposite is 8, hypotenuse is 17. Now I need the adjacent side because I want to find an expression for tan y. So I'm going to use Pythagoras rule or Pythagoras theorem to get this side. Now I'm going to, I can say let this side be x. If I'm going to do that, Pythagoras theorem states that the hypotenuse square equals the sum of the square of the opposite and the adjacent side. This is the opposite side, 8 squared, the adjacent side is x squared. So I want to get a value for x. So 7 squared will give me 289 equal x squared plus 8 squared will give me 64. So 289 minus, I'll take this to the other side, I'm going to get 64 equals x squared. So if I subtract 289 minus 64, I'm going to get 225 equal x squared. So x squared equals 225. So x will give me the square root of 225, which is actually plus or minus 15. But I actually need positive 15 here. I need plus 15. So I'm going to put 15 here. Now I want to write an expression of tan in tan y. Tan y will be, from your SOHCAHTOA, tan is opposite adjacent. So opposite adjacent will be 8 over 15. Now the question says find the value of tan y over 1 minus 1 plus 2 tan y. 1 plus 2 tan y. Let me do this smaller. 2 tan y. So therefore, tan y is 8 over 15 divided by 1 plus 2 into bracket. This is 8 over 15. So if I do this, I have 8 over 15 divided by 1 plus, this is 16 over, this time is 16 over 15. So if this is 8 over 15, let me change this to the divided by, this will keep, this is one whole number, 16 over 15, which will be 15 times 1 is 15 plus 16 is 31, so I have 31 over 15. So therefore, this is 8 over 15 times, the moment I change division to multiplication, the fraction after becomes the inverse, so I have 15 over 31, so this cancels it. So my expression for this is 8 over 31, so 8 over 31 is my answer. So that's that. Question 12b. An amount of 300,000 naira was shared among Utobo, Ada, and Adeola. Utobo receives 60,000 naira. Ada received 5 over 12 of the remainder, while the rest went to Adeola in what ratio was the money shared? Now, if you look at this kind of question, we have a relationship with amount spent, amount and fraction. So you're going to write the total amount, that's the first thing. The total amount that they were asked to share is 300 60,000 naira. Now, Otobo receives 60,000 naira. So I'm going to write that. Otobo received 60,000 naira. Now, Ada, we don't know the amount. Ade, Ola, we don't know the amount. But there's also an information that Ada received 5/12 of the remainder. So, the first thing I'm going to do here, now if Otobo has 60,000 naira, the remainder will be 300,000 naira minus 60,000 naira, which will give me 240,000 naira. That is the remainder. Well, the question says that Ada received 5/12 of the remainder. So we're going to move to Ada's share. So Ada's share will be 5/12 times the remainder is 240,000. If I reduce this to the lowest term, this is 220,000 multiplied by 5, that will give me 100,000 naira. That's very simple to do. So here, Ada receives 100,000 naira. Now, how do we get Adeola's amount? That's pretty simple. Adeola's amount to be, we can just add this plus 60 plus 100 will give us 160. So 300 minus 160 will give us Adeola's amount. So just add Ada's amount and Otobo's amount, subtract it from the total amount, and that will give you Adeola's amount. So Adeola's amount will be, that will be 140,000 naira for Adeola's amount. This is a very simple question. Now the next thing, the question says that, in what ratio was the money shared? There are several ways I can achieve that. I can just do Otobo ratio Ada ratio Adeola. Otobo is 60,000 ratio Ada is 100,000 ratio Adeola is 140,000. So what I need to do, just reduce all the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So what other zeros do I have left? This, cancel this, cancel that. So what do I have? I have 6 ratio 10 ratio 14. So I can reduce this to the lowest term. This will be, if I do 2 here, I'm going to get 3 ratio 5 ratio 7. So this is, so the question says that in what ratio was their share? So their share is in the ratio 3 ratio 5 ratio 7. So that is the answer. So that's pretty simple.